Welcome, everybody, to the Two Brain Cell Sports podcast. My name is Darren Funk, and the person I'm talking with, because he's not sitting beside me, is Nathaniel Adi. This is the podcast where we talk about any and all sports, mainly the ones we're caught up on. We're trying to expand more, but we're doing the best we can. We're not the two brightest gentlemen, thus we only have two brain cells. But that is where we are at right now. Why are you giving me that look?
Why are the Red Sox so bad?
Okay, yes. It's a great question. What we're going to jump straight into is talking about the MLB and what is happening with them right now. You mentioned the Red Sox being bad. Have you heard what was happening with the Cincinnati Reds?
Yeah,
Yeah.
they had like
They're
3 games for like
they
the
are
first month.
they are currently 8-24 on the season. It's still a young season, but almost anybody can rule them out of making the playoffs at this point.
No, no, no. I have them winning it all.
Um,
They're going to
for
turn
what
it around.
reason? For what reason?
Joey Votto.
Joey
Only
Votto.
reason I
Okay,
need.
go watch. This will be a plug for Joey Votto TikTok right now. Go watch Joey Votto on TikTok. Have you watched him yet?
No.
I haven't either, but I've just seen a whole bunch of stuff, and maybe that's the reason. Maybe it's like a bad luck charm that he's going wild on TikTok.
Maybe.
Ban Joey Votto on TikTok, and then the Reds will start winning. Until then, they are only 8-24. Other teams that are absolutely horrendous are Detroit, which is
Tigers.
9-23. The Royals ain't much better. Let's see, you went to one of the games in which they won. So personally, I think you should be going to more of the home games. You seem to be the good luck charm. But yeah, the bigger storylines is that the New York Yankees are 23-8. They went on a 11-win streak, I believe, before Toronto finally beat them.
They scored 15 runs yesterday
Against Toronto?
No, against the White Sox. It was 15-7.
Yeah. I saw a video this morning of all the White Sox fans getting up in about the 8th inning and just a mass exodus. And I mean, hey, you want to beat the traffic, but when everybody's trying to beat the traffic at the same time, personally, I don't think that's very, very efficient. You do you, though. I know you like to drive fast. Your speeding ticket has said. So, too far?
How about the Angels?
Yeah, what do you think about the Angels? They're only a half game back from the Astros right now. Shohei Ohtani, Mike Trout, Anthony Rendon has had one at bat left-handed in his entire career, and it was a home run the other day off of Phillips of the Rays. Have you? I take it you've seen nothing about that then?
No, I have.
For anybody who hasn't, I actually recommend going to watch that because that was interesting. He seemed to be just walking up as a joke, ends up hitting a 2-run home run. Works well for my fantasy team, but that's just me.
I don't know if the Angels can keep it up because you got Shohei playing lights out.
Okay.
And you got Mike Trout playing lights out.
And we all know he is injury prone too.
Yeah. Both of them are.
Yeah, and Shohei's doing two ways. So
So you
how
always
long
worry
does
about
that go?
that. Yeah. Um, I don't think they're real contenders. You know what I mean? I think they're going to
Okay.
put a lot of wins up if they continue being hot,
Okay.
but that's about it.
So they also had a guy throw a no hitter about 2 days ago.
Yeah.
It was the first solo no hitter, because we have all the team no hitters going on. I have my thoughts on that. Um, but the first solo no hitter came from an Angels guy.
Yeah.
But yeah, like you're saying, I think the Angels are a playoff team, but Mike Trout has never won a playoff game. I think he's been swept in any playoff games he's or series he's been in or lost the wild card. There's that. What do you think about
What's
the oh, go
what's
ahead.
the best team Trout's had?
The best team Mike Trout has had. Let me let me do some research on this while you keep talking. Until then, what do you think about the New York Mets at the time? You know anything about them going on?
Uh, they're getting hit a lot.
They yeah, they definitely are.
Yeah.
Um
Uh, I think they're just going to win the East. There's no competition really in there.
okay.
Phillies have no defense. The It's the Nationals, and then the Marlins are in there, and then you have the Braves. Just really nothing there. So they're going to win the East there. It's just kind of simple. And then the Dodgers, Padres, the West is going to be very fun to watch.
What's going on in the West?
So Giants are 1.5 games back, and the Padres are 1 game back from the Dodgers.
Oh, the the West is the no team has a losing record, if I'm correct, right?
Correct. You got the Diamondbacks at 17-15,
Yeah,
and the Rockies at 16-15.
that is. Imagine just a single division where I, dude, I can't imagine that division's going insane right now.
Yeah.
I I don't even know what to say about it. 86, 77, 89. So in 2014, the Angels
Yeah.
finished with a record of 98-64. They finished first in the AL West. They lost in the AL Division Series. They got swept by the Royals,
Yeah.
and that was the year the Royals uh
Went to
lost.
play the Giants
Yeah,
and lost.
lost to the Giants. So that was in 2014. Um, that they don't make the playoffs a lot.
No.
They really do not make the playoffs a lot. I think from what I am seeing, Mike Trout has made the playoffs. So it was the 2014 season where they got swept. And that was that it? When did Mike Trout start playing for the Yeah, no, he's been to the playoffs one time and got swept by the Royals.
Yeah. The Angels are such a hit and miss team right now. Like they'll score like 12 runs in the very next game, like a 1 run and lose.
Okay. All right.
So
Well, we said our MLB segment was going to be relatively short, but we kind of went off the trail there. Do you want to jump to this
yeah, let's
National
jump to
Basketball
let's
Association?
do it. Let's do it.
All right. So you've been watching more games than what I have. You're actually keeping up with the NBA playoffs right now.
Yeah.
Um, what have you seen so far?
So the Heat won the series versus the 76ers last night.
Okay.
Uh, and it's just Embiid was injured. He was it was his third game back from a concussion. He had a mask on because he broke something in his face, and it was all just messed up. So there's just I don't think Doc Rivers is the best coach out there. He keeps losing the playoffs. So 76ers missed the chance at winning NBA championship in 2019 when they lost to the Raptors
Okay.
on the buzzer beater.
Yeah.
I just don't know if they're ever going to get another chance relatively soon.
So you said Doc Rivers may not be the guy. Do you think it is his time to go? A reporter asked him last night about his job security. He talked to the reporter, said that he thinks he's perfectly fine and that he is doing a good job, and that if the reporter wants to write that he may get fired, the reporter can. But according to Doc Rivers, he's perfectly fine and secure. Do you think it is his time to go though? Or does he get one or two more seasons?
Um, I would get rid of him because he has a history of losing, blowing playoff games and just not being a good coach in playoff games with the Clippers.
Okay.
And I get that Embiid was injured most of the series. So you didn't really have your best player on the floor, and when he was there, he wasn't that good because he's playing for a ton of stuff. I just think they need something because I don't think with their roster the way it is, they're gonna compete for a championship. They're gonna be in the playoffs. They're just gonna be fun. You know what I mean?
Right.
They'll go and get out the first round, but that's about it.
Okay. Okay. So Doc Rivers needs to go. All right. So what else has been going on? As I'm looking right now, we've got two game sixes going on tonight, I believe, and then a
Yeah.
game seven tomorrow. What?
So Jaw is out. I think he's out for at least the rest of this series
Yes,
with a
the
bone bruise.
a bone bruise. I don't know how you get a bone bruise. Um, I've never experienced it, but
Yeah. Uh
yeah.
so the game 4, right? The Grizzlies had the lead without Ja and they blew it.
Okay.
They couldn't close the other game because they didn't have that guy. It's a good team, a good young team, even
Hmm.
without him, but he's just the guy that you're gonna give it to in the end to just close the game out. Uh and they had opportunities. They just missed shots and made bad shots and lost.
Okay.
And then game 5, they just absolutely killed the Warriors.
Oh. Yeah.
It wasn't even close to begin with.
So what do you predict? Do the Warriors move on to the conference finals, or do the Grizzlies come back from the 3-1 deficit without Ja? And or does this just go to a game 7 with Golden State walking away in the end?
I think Golden State, the past 2 to 3 games, have been shooting like shit. And their head coach, I don't know if he's back from COVID, but he hasn't coached, I think, the last 2 games.
Okay.
Or maybe the last game. I don't know exactly how many.
I was not aware that they were missing Kerr, but
all
right.
I think Warriors win in 7.
Okay.
I think the Warriors or the more experienced team, but I think the Grizzlies are the better team. But the inexperience is going what is what is going to happen. They're going to lose because of it.
Okay. Gotcha. One series though that is tight. I personally think that both these teams are evenly matched is the Celtics Bucks series.
Yeah.
Currently,
The ending of game 5 was crazy. They had like a couple, they had like it was tied, and then, or no, it was,
the Bucks were down by 1.
I don't
Giannis,
care about that.
the Bucks were
Yeah.
down by 1. Giannis shot a free throw, missed, offensive rebound, put back. I don't
Put
remember
back,
who put it back.
and then, who did
And
put
then I
it back?
know Marcus Smart then got
Mark
blocked on the other
got
end.
blocked by Drew Holiday.
Yeah. And then he turned the ball over at the very end.
Yeah, and by Drew Holiday just stole it from him.
So I personally, everything I've seen from this series has been intriguing. It's been interesting. I'm not going to lie to you, Nate. Looking at this bracket right now, every team that was the higher seed has won so far. You have all the 1 seeds, well, the 2 1 seeds through the 4 seeds all in it. And then Miami was the 1 seed and they beat the 4 seed 76ers. So I would like to see more upsets, which the Bucks, Boston, I don't know how close you can get to upsets at this point in time because there's only 7 teams left now. But forget that. I want to know what you're thinking of the Suns Mavericks.
So the game 6, Suns play terrible. They just weren't there. Devin Booker didn't score a point in the second quarter at all. He was 0 from 3 from field. They just were out of sync. No one was playing very well on that team. And Luka was just playing well. And the rest of the team was playing well. Which Luka, that's all that team is. There's no one really else.
Yeah.
Yeah, like the Suns have Devin Booker, Ayton, Chris Paul. Like they have all that. Luka just has Luka. You know what I mean?
Yeah. It's kind of like Memphis only having Ja Morant.
Well, no.
It's their
The
one big
Grizzlies,
superstar. It's their one big superstar.
But their team is built better. It's
Yes.
like
I will agree with you on that.
And the players, the worst players, or not as far behind as Memphis, as Mavericks worst players. You know what I mean?
Yes, I
Like they're
agree.
all around a good team, but the Mavericks,
Mhm.
like Jalen Brunson, who's also a point guard. Who else is there?
Yeah. Yeah, you got a point. You got a point.
So it's surprising how they made a game 7.
So do
Uh,
they move on?
you just
Do they move on?
it just depends. Does anyone on the Mavericks play decent other than Luca? Because we know Luca is going to play well.
Okay.
How do the Suns come out? Because so Mavericks in game 5 in the third quarter played like shit. Luca wasn't shooting very well. His other teammates were garbage, and it wasn't good. They lost in that third quarter.
All right. All right. All right.
So
Who wins?
who wins the series?
Yeah,
The Suns are the better team.
I agree. But who wins it? When it all comes down to
I
one game,
mean,
anything can happen here.
I'm gonna say Suns. They got the better coach, better team, better build team,
Okay.
all around better. I
Okay.
want to see the Mavericks bring in someone for Luca. You know what I mean?
Yeah. It, the
You
off
bring
season.
him anyone. You bring him any help, and he wins this series.
Okay, we were just talking
Yeah,
about the NBA playoffs. Some technical difficulties happened. So let's get going with the NFL schedule. Wow.
yeah. So first game of the season, got Bills Rams
Yes. Um,
Thursday night
thoughts.
football.
Thoughts on it.
I like it. Super Bowl team always gets the first game at home. That's when they unveil, the banner and everything.
Okay. Yeah.
Von Miller gets to see that because he's with the Bills now.
Okay. Okay.
So he signed a massive contract
When did he sign this contract?
this offseason.
Well, yeah. I
I
just
don't
never heard
know,
of it.
like a couple months ago. It's like
Okay.
it was like a 5-year deal, and he's like 32.
Okay. Wow.
Uh,
I think the Bills are Super Bowl contenders.
yeah,
The Rams are
Rams.
obviously still contenders. I think it's a good matchup.
Yeah, Bills should get every primetime game.
I if you go off of that, who should get every primetime game? The Bills, of
Uh,
course, the
the AFC
Chiefs.
West.
Yeah, the entire AFC West.
Just if it's an AFC West game, put it on primetime.
Okay. Um, here is that Monday Night Football. Have you seen who Monday Night Football is?
Week one.
They are having
Yeah,
Russell
Broncos,
Wilson
Seahawks,
go back to
Seattle.
Seattle. That is thoughts on that at all? Do you like that the first game he plays for a new team, they make him go back to his former stadium?
Fun storyline. I don't
Okay.
really care about scheduling. I just think like, oh, that's a fun storyline. This is fun. I like how they
So
put on prime time. That's a lot of fun.
okay, so they're doing honestly from for me that doesn't know much about NFL scheduling in the past, is the first week more about the storylines? Because I'm also looking and the Chargers are playing the Raiders. and those two teams
They
played each
are.
other in the final game of the regular season last
Yeah.
season.
I don't know how about week one is a bunch of storylines. I think just the entire schedule. They're trying to find the
Okay.
best storylines throughout the
Okay.
season. Right then. You know what I mean?
Okay.
Like we still have the commander Carson Wentz going back to Philly, right?
Yeah.
And that's not happening week one. So they're not like
True.
saving they're saving some games for later on. So it's not just all like,
Okay.
unloaded.
There are some big games going on this week though.
Yeah.
All games are big. Teams want to start off, but division games such as the Chargers playing the Raiders or the Packers playing the Vikings,
Yeah.
even the Patriots playing the Dolphins and the Steelers playing the Bengals. Those are some big division games that could mean a lot in the long run.
Yeah.
So, ooh,
Um I have something crazy to say. I think the Steelers, depending on what happens with Deshaun Watson, loses the North.
so you're saying if Deshaun Watson is the Browns quarterback,
If he
the
doesn't get
Steelers,
suspended,
if he doesn't get suspended and plays, the
the
Steelers
Steelers
will
will
be
get
the
fourth place.
final. What? So what do you see that division ranking as? Who wins it? Who
Ravens,
Ravens win?
Bengals, Browns. Yeah.
Do Browns make the playoffs as the third team?
No.
Okay. Who early on, we've barely looked at the schedule. Who makes the playoffs in that load in the loaded AFC?
Um,
Because there's 8 playoff teams now. Correct me if I'm wrong.
hmm,
8. How many teams make the playoffs?
happen.
7. So you would think, just off the top of my head, the Titans may go back to the playoffs, winning their division. You may get the Colts.
Hold on. What am I? You got the Bills, right?
You got the Bills.
Um, who else are just locks to make this? I don't see the Patriots as a lock to make it because that division
Okay.
is harder now.
I agree.
I think the Ravens are, if Lamar stays healthy, the Ravens are a
Okay.
lock to be in.
Okay. Is
I
the
think either
Titans or
Colts
Colts?
or Titans win that division. I'm not confident in the Titans right now with what they're doing. They're letting
Okay.
players go. I don't really know what they're doing. And the Colts, I think, got a lot better at quarterback. So I think the
With Matt
Colts,
Ryan now.
yeah, will
Right.
win that and make the playoffs. And I don't see Titans making the playoffs.
Okay. So the
And
Colts.
then Ryan Tannehill, he's getting up there in age. Now the starting quarterback anymore there.
Yeah. So then who wins the AFC West and makes it that
I
way?
mean, the team to be still the Chiefs in there, but I'm
Okay.
not confident that they will win this division.
But they'll at least make the playoffs.
Yeah,
Okay. So
I
they're in the
I
playoffs.
I don't know who wins it. I think
Is it
there's a
up for
chance.
grabs?
What?
Does every team have a chance to win it?
Yeah.
Or
Well, the Raiders have the worst chance to win it,
okay.
but other than that, even the Raiders have a chance to win it.
Okay. So unlike unlike, let's say, the AFC South, you don't have the Houston Texans in it.
Jaguars
That's even worse. The Jaguars.
or the Jets.
But the Jets,
They're getting better.
they're
They
getting
won't
better.
compete right now. I
No,
just
their division's too tough for
it's
that.
just too hard. They got a tough schedule in the beginning. I won't blame. Like I want to see them get 8 wins, and I would be
Okay.
happy with everything.
I think if you're a Jets fan and you get 8 wins, you have to be happy with that.
Yeah,
You had a
the best
great,
record they've had in forever at that point.
exactly. And you have promise for the future also with a young quarterback, all these new draft picks they just picked up. A successful season for the Jets is to reach 7-8 wins.
Yeah.
Um,
So the Chargers have 5 prime time games this season.
against who? Can you see?
Yeah, I can decide. Chiefs week 2.
At home or in Arrowhead?
In Arrowhead.
Okay.
Um, uh,
Is the Chargers the team with the most primetime games? Or is
I think they're maxed out at 5.
they're
San
maxed out at
Fran
5?
on Sunday Night Football in week 10.
Okay. Okay.
Um, the Colts on
Colts.
Monday in Indianapolis.
All right. So far, all of their primetime games are away games.
The Rams, week 17.
That would be a home game,
Yeah,
even though
Sunday
they may
night.
be the
It wouldn't. No, it's a home game for them.
okay. It's a home, so the Rams are the away team.
Yeah,
That is so weird.
and the Broncos,
All right.
week 6.
Okay. So not bad. Who wins the NFC East? Do the
Well,
Cowboys walk away with it?
that coach though, that terrible coach, worst coach in the East, for sure. Right?
It's McCarthy, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Or do the Eagles make it?
It's make or break for a lot of these quarterbacks.
It really
Hurts,
is.
if he doesn't make the playoffs, he's not going to be there next year.
Especially with the weapons he seems to have around him now.
Yeah, they've went out and got weapons for him.
Yeah.
Carson Wentz, if he doesn't at least make a playoff, like try it again playoffs with a winning record, how long is he going to be there for? Right?
Where is Wentz at right now?
He's with the Commanders.
He's okay.
If and then Daniel Jones, if he doesn't have a 9-win season, he's not going to be there next year. Like they don't even need to make the playoffs for him to stay there. They need him to have a winning season.
Okay. And then the Cowboys at all? Just bad coaching.
It's just bad coaching. They
All right.
collapse. Either they're really good and then collapse, or really bad and never have a chance.
All right. Ooh.
But I think the Eagles have a chance to the talent on the team, the best talent on the team other than the Cowboys.
Okay. So, and they've got the better coaching staff.
Yeah.
So I'll go by your word and say that the Eagles have the best probability of
It's
winning
just,
that division.
I just don't know how Hurts will play, which is holding me back on that a lot. You know what I mean?
Yeah. You know what? Speaking of quarterbacks, when Tom Brady stops being a quarterback,
Yeah.
he's
Gotta
going
go
to be
Fox.
he's going to go to Fox and become the highest paid sports broadcaster. The man's never broadcast before in his life. What do you make of that? Do you have any words on that?
No, not really.
Will he be like Tony Romo?
No,
Or
because Tony Romo has my heart.
what
Tom
makes you
Brady
say
doesn't.
that? Why does
I
Tony
love Tony
Romo
Romo.
have? Why? Because of his playing days or because of when he started becoming a broadcaster?
Everything. I love that man.
For what reason?
Everything.
Come on, give me
Just like
some in
Jimmy
depth
G.
here. You love Jimmy
You know,
G also?
I love Jim G. I love him.
Nate, who are the quarterbacks that you just love? Throughout all history, who are the quarterbacks you just love? Give me 5 of them. Your top ones.
That's tough.
Yeah. Is Tony Romo up there for you? Is he in the top 5?
Number one, TJ Yates.
You
I
gotta
love
t-
that man.
you gotta tell me who TJ Yates is.
He's a backup. He's a career
For
backup.
for who?
Everyone.
Everyone. Is he still in
He
the
was with
league?
the I don't think so. He was with the
Okay.
Texans. And then he went to the Ravens. I love that man. Ryan Fitzpatrick. Love that man.
Okay. Okay.
Jimmy G's up there. Have you seen that man's face?
I have
Incredible,
not. Are you going off of
incredible
looks?
jawline.
Are
I'm
you
going
going
off of
off of looks?
everything. Not
Oh,
not
okay.
not just look. He's up there just for looks, but it takes in fact everything.
Okay. So with Fitz magic, is it
It's
his
the
looks
beard.
that get you? Is it
It's
it's
the
the
beard.
beard? It's
It's
the
the
beard.
beard.
What
And then
about the
Minshew.
Gardner Minshew?
Yeah, I love
That's
that
the
man.
dude. He's got the mustache, right?
He got the mustache. He's got the name.
Minshew.
He's gray.
Okay. What about the last one then? Give me one more lover QB of yours.
Drew Lock.
Why Drew Lock?
You know what his nickname in college was?
What was his nickname in college?
Drew Lock has a horse cock. This is real. It's a real thing. That's a fact I know.
So you're the QBs that you love are I don't even remember the backup's name.
TJ Yates, remember him. He's the legend. Don't disrespect my man's like that ever again.
Say his name slowly for me.
TJ Yates.
TJ Yates.
Yes, don't disrespect my man
D-
ever again.
My bad.
You will
My
put
bad.
respect on his name.
I apologize. So you love TJ Yates apparently above all else.
Yeah, there's
And then
reasons. I have my reasons.
what's your reasons? Give me your
No,
reasons.
it's personal. Too personal. Can't
Too
share.
personal?
Too personal. I love that man.
Is it his looks?
No,
Is it the fact that he played for every single
No,
team?
no. Only one
That
person will know why.
and I'm not that. Our
You're
viewers are
not
not
that
that
guy.
person.
No one's
I'm
that
not that
guy.
guy. No
You're not
one's
that guy.
okay. So I'm gonna look up a picture of him. So you've got TJ Yates.
Yes.
Yates. Okay. Then why do you like TJ Yates?
I have my reasons.
Who did he play for?
Texans,
We have gone
Ravens.
far off from talking about
Where
this
did he play
schedule.
for?
So he started his professional career
With the Texans,
at,
right? He was back up
at
to
the
Max Schaub.
Texans. So he played college football
He
at
played
North
a
Carolina,
he played
drafted
in
in
a
the
playoff
fifth
game.
round. He he got drafted by the Texans. Then he went
Yeah.
to the Falcons, went back
I
to
don't
the
remember him there.
Texans,
Yeah.
went to
Okay.
the Dolphins, went to
Yeah.
the
Okay. Fine.
Bills, and
Yeah.
went back to the Texans.
Yeah. Sounds
Then
about
he
right.
started coaching and he coached for the Texans. And right now he is a wide receivers coach for the Falcons.
Nice.
What is his statistics? He
He's
played
not good.
22 games. Got 10 starts. He's
He's not good.
he's
What's
fumbled
besides the point?
he's fumbled the ball 14 times, but luckily he
Hold on.
only turned it over 6 of those times.
Look up how many times Derek Carr has fumbled in his career.
Okay. Derek Carr.
Man's
I'm
got
just
tiny
going
hands.
I'm just going to the Wikipedia page. Okay, we want NFL statistics. Derek Carr has played in 127 games, has started 127 games, has fumbled 76 times.
He's got tiny hands.
How many? He's thrown 85 interceptions to TJ Yates' 11 interceptions.
Oh, TJ's the best.
He has a total of 2,057 yards passing and 107 yards rushing. TJ Yates. Okay. All right. I won't question you anymore.
Then it was Jimmy G.
Jimmy G, and then it was
Have you seen that man?
yes. I can't remember what he looks like, but I've seen the man.
Was it?
I can't remember what he looks like, but I have seen the man before.
And then Ryan Fitzpatrick. You gotta love that beard. You gotta love that press conference in Tampa Bay after week 1. It was beautiful. A beautiful moment. Fitzmagic was born that day.
Then you had Gardner Minshew.
Beautiful mustache.
And then who was Drew Lock because he has a horse cock.
Apparently, I haven't seen it.
I
not knowledge I attained with my own eyes.
Knowledge you attained with your own eyes.
Not knowledge I've attained with my own eyes.
Okay. All right. This is not how I thought this would go. I think it's about time we start wrapping up here.
Is that right?
Mr. TJ Yates, if you ever see this podcast, know that your biggest fan, Nathaniel Audie, is is on here, and he would love to talk to you.
Correct. It would. I'd
We
love
we
I'd cherish that moment.
we want to talk to TJ Yates right now.
Even though
Uh,
I've met an NFL player, this would be the biggest NFL player I've ever met.
would you
In
turn
my
into
heart.
like would
I was trying to grow so hard. I'm telling you this now.
stop. I'm
I
gonna have to
couldn't
cut
contain.
that
I
out.
won't
I'm gonna
contain
have to cut
myself.
that out. I'm gonna
I
have to
just
cut that
can't
out.
contain myself. I'm
I'm
gonna
gonna have
freak
to
out.
I'm gonna
I
have to
will
bleep that
pass
out.
out.
It's time
I
to
just
go. It's time to go. Thank
like
TJ Yates. Please talk to Nathaniel. He's apparently your biggest fan. Ooh. Uh I'm at a loss for words right now. I don't know what to say. Thank you everybody for listening to this podcast, the Two Brain Cell Sports. And we'll talk to you next week.